just because we desire an outcome, just because we want a certain thing to happen, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen. Maybe this is a little bit like Tough Love Tuesday. Of course, you can have anything you want, and there's going to be certain things that you need to do to make sure that you get those things. Hey everyone, Cheryl here. Welcome back. This week we're talking about the 3 qualities and attributes that you're going to need to really overcome these patterns that you have in relationships. As you can see, we're outside, it's a beautiful day, so I thought why not talk to you while I'm here in this beautiful space. Now the reason that I wanted to do this, and maybe this is a little bit like Tough Love Tuesday, but the reason I want to do this is because just because we desire an outcome, just because we want a certain thing to happen, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen. And if that feels a little bit like wah wah, like that's a bit of a downer, don't fear, it's not meant to be. Of course, you can have anything you want, and there's going to be certain things that you need to do to make sure that you get those things. To make sure that you are one of those people who actually overcomes this and not somebody who says they're going to, and then nothing actually changes. There are these 3 qualities that you're going to need within you to make sure that this happens. The first quality and attribute is willingness. Willingness. You might think, well, that sounds kind of obvious. Of course I'm willing. Of course I'm willing to do this. But are you really? Are you really willing to ask yourself the challenging questions about family dynamics, about your past, about digging into things that are a little bit tricky, that are a little bit challenging, that are a little bit sensitive to dig into, right? Are you really willing to go there? Are you really, really willing to go there? Or is it just something that sounds kind of nice and you sort of kind of want it, but you're not really willing to dig into the things that feel challenging, the things that are really going to give you the answers as to why you find yourself in these patterns and these cycles? Number 2 is awareness. Awareness. So there's going to need to be some kind of level of self-awareness within you, some kind of awareness as to what it is that you're actually doing and to what parts that you're actually playing in these dynamics, in these relationships, in these situations. And it's going to be really, really important to distinguish here what is yours and what is somebody else's, and that takes a certain level of awareness, a certain awareness of who you are and what it is that you do. Now, I have a course that I've just released called the Dating Drama Empowerment Method, so if you want the details for that, definitely comment down below, because this takes you through this entire process, and somebody like myself, somebody like a coach, can guide you through this process of becoming aware of your part in it. But there is going to need to be this innate ability and willingness and awareness to look at yourself and your own part in this. The third and final thing is action. Because you can have all the willingness in the world, all the awareness in the world, but if your actions are not lining up with what it is you want, then you're just not going to get there, right? And maybe the action is hiring a coach, maybe the action is taking the course, maybe the action is your own personal study, your own personal action steps, but there's going to need to be some kind of aligned action that really goes along with what it is you're wanting to achieve. So just like if you wanted to get really fit, you might want to start working out every day. Just like if you wanted to be healthy, you might want to change what it is that you're eating. It's a very, very similar concept, and the same thing applies when it comes to relationship work, personal development work. There's a certain level of action that goes along with it. So maybe next time that person calls you or texts you, the person you know isn't really the best for you, maybe the action step there is to pause and to choose not to respond, or to respond differently than what you usually do. But there is going to need to be action, otherwise nothing will change. So I'm curious, which of these attributes do you have? Which of these attributes do you need to cultivate? Which ones are missing? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.